When a natural disaster hits, it is often unpredictable and people are powerless to stop it. In just hours or minutes, a place can be changed so much that you can hardly recognise it. Normal daily life is turned upside down. You've probably heard many stories like this in your work with young people in areas affected by floods, fires, cyclones or other natural disasters. People who've experienced a natural disaster describe it as unbelievable and terrifying. They're relieved that they're okay when it's all over, but sometimes this relief is replaced by guilt. They made it out safely, not everyone did. Recovery is a journey. There will be ups and downs along the way, but with the right help, it is possible.
I felt helpless, like I couldn't do anything.
It's easy to say possessions don't matter as long as my family survive, but it isn't as simple as that.
Not seeing my friends for months after was really hard.
I still feel sick when I hear a siren.
We lost pretty much everything. Our house, pets, photos, my clothes.
I try not to think about it.
Everywhere I go, I'm reminded of that day.
I really miss her.
Some young people can put their experience into words. They can talk about what has happened and how they feel. For others, though, it is much harder. They have few words to describe the experience, and sometimes they just can't talk about it. It's just too hard. Supporting young people on their recovery journey is about creating opportunities for them to express their feelings when they're ready, helping them to come to terms with such a life-changing event.
It's important for workers to think about and define what your role might be in relation to supporting a young person after a natural disaster. The kinds of roles that you might do might range from providing practical assistance, counselling, through to cognitive behavioural therapy. Post-natural disaster environments are inherently chaotic, so helping a young person navigate this environment in order to get their needs met is a really helpful starting point. Young people will present with a whole range of responses after a natural disaster, including sadness, anger, grief. It's also common for them to experience feelings like anxiety, fear, shock and confusion. Workers supporting young people can help by offering practical support, encourage them to keep up their daily activities, encourage use of natural support systems, encourage self-care, encourage reduction of drug and alcohol use, listen to what young people are saying, reassure them, help them set achievable goals and provide positive reinforcement for each and every small achievement. Not all young people will want to open up and talk about the experiences they've had or how they're feeling. That's okay. You can continue to offer them opportunities to talk, as well as validate that it's all right not to talk. It might help to think about creative ways of supporting young people, let them know you're available to listen, think about different places you might be able to catch up with them, and talk with them about other ways they can express themselves, like writing. It is not recommended for workers to offer formal debriefing. Be patient and flexible in your approach. If you're worried about the safety of a young person, talk openly with them about your concerns. Let them know when you feel like you need to support them to seek specialist help. If young people present with persistent difficulties that affect things like their work or school or relationships, or they have more severe anxiety or depression, and you're really worried about their safety, it is important to support them to access specialist help.
Like much of your work, supporting young people's needs after a natural disaster involves building collaborative relationships, setting small and achievable goals, and providing a realistic sense of hope for the future. And a word about you too. As a worker, you can hear about many traumatic experiences, and this can be exhausting. Make sure you take some time to think about what you need to continue working effectively with young people. Some supervision or mentoring, a balance between your work and your personal life, and importantly, maintaining your professional boundaries. This provides young people with realistic expectations about what help you can offer, while also helping you to manage your own health and well-being.